We live in Brooklyn, baby. We live in Brooklyn, baby. We're trying to make it, baby. We wanna make it, baby.
Guys, what is up? Welcome to another episode of Maximilian Must Know. This is going to be a scent safari video, a video where I reach out to a house that I'm interested in, or they reach out to me, get some samples from them, pick 4 out, give you my first impressions on camera, put those on skin the day that I film the video, do a quick refresh right before filming starts so I sort of get a feeling of how they were in the skin and then how the top notes are, so I can give you guys a fresh impression. And today we're looking at a house called Therapeutate. I believe that's how it's pronounced. Please excuse me if I'm wrong. And this is a house that's been getting a ton of well-deserved hype as of late, and they popped up on my radar in a big way recently. I reached out to Rodney Hughes, who's the owner and perfumer, for some samples. He was gracious as could be and sent me samples of all the fragrances, and we're going to tackle the 4 that I picked out and before we do that, I'm going to give you some background information on this house. Therapeutate is a Brooklyn-based house established in 2007. I'm stupid proud of that, guys. You know, I'm 37 years old, a born and raised New Yorker, was born and raised the Upper East Side. I've lived in Manhattan my entire life. You know, I went to college in Long Island for 2 years, so I lived there then, but other than that, I've been in this city the entire time, so I'm stupid happy to see when anyone else from this city create something like this. Basically, Rodney's idea here was to bypass chemicals and animal byproducts and partner. Rodney and his partner really liked fragrances, but they couldn't wear them due to the sensitivity of chemicals. So this started off as an Etsy store in April of 2009. Again, this is why I love Etsy perfumers. You just never know what's going to happen from a small Etsy shop. And as of 2010, this brand officially launched, and they sort of look at themselves as the grass-fed option to other houses using petrochemicals and animal byproducts. And in fact, even the grapeseed alcohol used to make these scents is even sourced from California wine country. Now, in 2016, they kind of did a reboot. The brand was given a new look. They switched to heavy glass flacons, fine mist sprayers, invisible dip tubes, sort of modern minimalist packaging, and they premiered their brand at the Capsule/Elements Showcase in Vegas in New York City and did really well. They were actually featured as Best in Show by a big fragrance blog. Fragrantica did a nice write-up, and right now they're just growing and doing really well. So we're going to look at 4 today. Now, these are available from the site in 2 concentrations. Eau de Toilette come in 100 ml bottles for either $450 or $480, and Eau de Parfums, which we'll be discussing here, come in 50 ml bottles for $350 or $380 depending on the scent. The first one I wanted to look at with you guys is called Exotic Flower, and this one has 4 notes. We've got, the notes of more than 4 notes: amber, labdanum, vanilla, marjoram, sandalwood, cassis, champaca, gaiac wood, and jasmine. And I really like this one. Guys, you watch this channel enough. I'm not a big fan of floral scents. I just don't feel like they do well on me. But what I really like here is that the white flowers are tempered really nicely, on my skin at least, by amber and woods. And there's a slight bit of green in this fragrance from that marjoram. I really like marjoram as a spice. I really like how all the scents from this collection on my skin really pop in a big way. And what I mean by that is that there's some notes that just seem to really jump out and grab your attention here with all of these. There's a slight hint of fruit here that might be from the cassis, but really this is a crisp and very potent white floral scent with touches of amber, woods, and green notes. It's very delicate. I would call this pretty. I usually don't think of scents that I like to wear as pretty, but that is how I think of this one. And this is a fragrance I would definitely wear, even as a white floral. So super impressed with this guy. The next one I want to talk to you guys about is called Modern Pachuli. And this one has notes of patchouli, rosemary, black pepper, fregonia, laurels, fir, orange, rose, and vanilla. What's interesting to me is when I smelled this one when I first sprayed it on, I was like, oh, there's mint in this, because I feel like I got smacked with a big dose of mint leaves, almost like I was drinking a mint julep. And then looking through the notes, it became pretty clear that wasn't there. So what I'm thinking is at the top, I get a massive blast of rosemary, fir, FIR, pine sort of, and maybe some menthol from the patchouli. Now, fregonia is, I guess, tea tree shrub, which I didn't know. What's funny here is I don't feel like I actually get a ton of patchouli. Instead, I just get an array of green notes that have patchouli-like qualities, if that makes sense to you guys. Maybe I'm nuts, but this is nice and spicy. Folks who like spicy green scents will be in love with this one because the black pepper is prominent. I do get orange, but just so you guys know, don't think of this as like the fruit. Think of this as more like dried out orange peel that you might use to make cocktail bitters or something like that, not the actual fruit. And then I get a dusting of vanilla bean, which is a very nice touch. Now, again, the samples given to me were all eau de parfum, and the power on these is just through the roof. A little bit of a medicinal vibe to this one as well. Really nice, very different from any patchouli fragrance that I've ever smelled. It smells a bit like good mint tea as this one dries down on the skin, so maybe that's where the fregonia comes in. Next one up is called Royal Water, and the notes on this guy are neroli, coriander, patchouli, basil, lavender, amber, lemon, geranium, and jasmine. For me, very classic barber shop notes here. But imagine you're getting a haircut in the Pierre Hotel or the Plaza Hotel in the 1930s. Quality, classic quality. The highest quality absolutes stick out. You'll get that neroli and lavender and lemon and geranium. So you'll almost think, oh, I'm dealing with a classic barbershop fougere. But it's a little bit different, a little more floral perhaps. It punches a little bit more. If you're looking for an update on a Zara Prom, but want something a little more chic, stylish, and upscale, this is a nice place to take a look. I'm surprised that there's no anise here, but perhaps I'm being fooled into thinking that through reference. Really clean, and crisp. An ideal scent to just rock casually. You know what I like about this? I feel like I could do this with a suit at work, or I could do this with a pair of dark denim, pirate black Yeezys, and a white tee. And the same way some men, such as myself, are comfortable paying $200 for a really well-made t-shirt, or hundreds of dollars for really well-made denim that wears to you. This is a classic scent, also worth that scent upgrade because of the materials used here. Great job on this one. I feel like that name Royal Water is also sort of inviting guys to sort of take this on as their sort of classic eau de cologne. So really good job on this one, Rodney. Love this. The final one I want to talk to you guys about is called Teaosi, Taosi. Notes on this guy are lime, neroli, pepper, bergamot, orange, lavender, rosemary, basil, geranium, nutmeg, rose, hyssop, laurels, vetiver, vanilla, lang-a-lang, oak moss, jasmine, and jadamancy. Now, I might be nuts here, but if Royal Water smells like a high-end version of a barbershop scent, this sort of smells like an updated take on that classic scent in terms of notes. What do I mean? Well, we've got the citrus, we've got beautiful neroli and lime, we've got some lavender and rosemary. So again, I think barbershop, right? Barbershop. What's the difference between this and Royal Water? But then we sort of freestyle a little bit, and we go in this direction with laurels and vetiver and rose and hyssop, and you sort of take that classic male barbershop scent, but now you've really updated it and made it more spicy, and you've made it more floral. And I love how it maintains the crispness of a barbershop fragrance, even of royal water. But for me, it just feels way more nuanced and layered. Super clean, but while royal water sort of dries down to a classic barbershop scent with the best materials used, this guy becomes very spicy and floral in the dry down. I would describe this one almost in the dry down as an oriental barbershop, and again, maybe I'm nuts on these, but these are my opinions on these fragrances. So guys, I'm just so stoked these fragrances are coming out of Brooklyn. Like, what? From Rodney. I know there's a couple brands coming out of Brooklyn. Diaz and Derja, which you guys know I like Diaz and Derja. I think my buddy Euphorium, Steven Dirks from Euphorium. I think Hans Henley is doing stuff out of Brooklyn. But these are really complete fragrances. I could totally see these in Bergdorf Goodman and really high-end department stores. They just feel very complete. The bottles seem very complete. The quality is super impressive. The ones that I really adhere to are masculine and they're dressy, but they're inclusive as well. The only thing not compromised here is quality. These are classic scents with modern twist and super sleek packaging. I want to do a full review on one of these scents for you guys, really dive into one of them. So I'll try to pick one up maybe later this year. I'm still trying to really go through these samples. These are, these videos really are just meant to be first impressions, and deep dives come later. But I'm super impressed. I love these. I really love these. These are just, if you told me Guerlain made these or Chanel, I'd be like, yeah, of course. These are just beautiful. Rodney, hats off to you, my friend. Thank you for sending me those. I hope you guys are enjoying Sensafari. I'm going to link to the site in the description. Let me know if you've tried these, which ones you're most excited about, which one you like the most, which one you think looks most up your alley. And we'll be back with more of these videos soon, guys. I hope you're enjoying this Sensafari series. My name is Maximilian.
We wanna make it, baby.